words of Nina Simone. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Get ready to gut the goat because it's Wednesday, otherwise known to the true believers and our friends in North as Wotan's Day, and praise Odin, because do we have a show for you, our true acolytes. Welcome to another episode of the Closers Podcast, for what may be the fourth or fifth time now at the helm of this modest galley. I am Quinn Kalani, maybe the world's greatest lover. That is yet to be confirmed. And as always, joining me once more into the silent sea, usually on deck, but this time in the crow's nest, is Marco Alvarado. Marco, how are things up there?
The world's greatest lover? Did I hear you correct, good sir?
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm pretty good now that I heard that. I'm in better spirits than I was before that, so thank you.
'Twas yet to be confirmed.
I can confirm.
Thank you, Kevin. As always, we want to remind you that you can follow us on Instagram at The Closers Podcast, Closers Podcast on Facebook, drop the. You can follow Marco at Marco_avocado, AVA that's with 3 A's, on Instagram, and myself at Quintessential39 on Instagram too, that's with 2 O's. Now for our guest. First in the blue corner, making his sequel appearance, short and hairy, but not from the Shire, the Pembroke Squire, 2 kids in a house, the marketing mouse that got the cheese. He's no Birdman, but he'll grind on your dow line. The tiger to my blanket, the to my Ladies and gents, always on time in the parent pickup line is my brother Kevin Pierce. Kev, how's life?
Oh my god. What's up, man?
That's the most perfect intro.
Always on time in the parent pickup.
That's so.
Hey, that's so accurate.
I am in there too. 220 every day.
Hey. Hey. They call that prudency. And now, in the red corner, the long-awaited debut. I first came to know the devil truly in the timbered embrace of the Possum Hall and little rivers and Purina-filled air of Bowling Green, Kentucky. In the cab of a black starship through currents of space dust and countless fingers of cannabis, we ripped through days, my mind expanding like tin in the hot July sun. I marveled years later in the great American desert as the night sky blasted with whiz-bangs and screaming memes. A man who left everything behind to experience a new world, a cosmic Chevrolet, and a captain there to guide, unafraid of the unknown that lied in the darkness. He failed to surprise me recently when he traveled once again past that familiar desert through foreign mountains to face the mighty Pacific, where we traversed across the neck of the Golden State to the icy heart of the Sierras, all in favor of my birthday. Many blunts, drinks, and memories later, here we are at last. It is time. It is my honor, nay, my privilege, to offer to the Closers audience one of your very own. Raised on the borderline, the Sour D capital of the South, men and women, I present to you the viceroy of vocabulary, the rhinoceros, the fastest white person I know, the deep bottle and other titles like Officer Crossett, Red Ryan, the darkest secret in your mother's diary. All hail and a happy belated birthday to my brother and my best friend, Ryan. First of his name, House Crossett.
Oh, man.
Welcome, brother, to the show.
Whoa.
What's up, homie?
Purina filled air.
That Bowling Green had that dog food air, bro.
It smelled like a kennel.
It is, happy belated birthday, like I said, bro. So I'm gonna raise I'm gonna raise my
Thank you,
bottle
sir.
to you,
Thank you.
brother. I'm gonna say cheers to you, to my best friend, the best man I know. Salute, as they
Salute.
say, and
Skull.
salute to Kevin.
Salute, guys.
Cheers.
Thank you guys for coming on. It's very exciting. I mean, Quinn, thank you for that intro as well. Jesus Christ. You were very modest before we started recording. You were like, I don't know if it's going to be better than the one with just Kevin on. God damn, bro. Yeah, that was like a straight freaking epic poem. Like,
Man has a silver tongue. He's
It
a
seems-
wordsmith.
it seems that way. It really does.
I give that chrome dome, boy.
The Viceroy of Vocabulary, Ryan Crossett. That was sick. That's a fucking sick moniker. If you were even like an MMA fighter, I feel like that would fit.
Right.
Like that would still
would
sound
take it.
dope.
The only one I left out was Chicken Chaser.
You forgot Captain Black Shits.
Oh yeah, that's true. Captain Black Shit's Pepper McBlack shit.
Oh,
I
man.
forgot all about that. That whole. I honestly.
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's just 1 out of 50.
But anyway, I guess, Ryan, we'll just start with you, just to, a brief catch up. Everyone who we've had on the show this year, we've kind of asked them this question, just to briefly describe what their life's been like in this pandemic that's recently gone on. I know you've been working this whole time. You are a essential worker.
That's right.
What is life like on the front lines of retail?
It's even worse than it was before. Everybody's just so on edge, and during like the initial breakout period, man, I don't know, I wanted to like punch anybody who came within 2 feet of me.
I feel that.
I'm knock the fucking COVID out of them.
But now you're saying people are scared of the second surge.
Yeah, they are a little bit. I mean, more people have their masks on and stuff, and they're not acting as idiotic as they were, but they're still, I don't know. You mix a pandemic with Hopkinsvillians, and it's trouble.
Do you think that COVID fatigue is like people just like sick of all this shit is gonna lead to people just falling in line, wearing the mask, not going out more, stuff like that?
Maybe. Kind of seems that way. It's like an indoctrination of sorts. I feel like people are so worried about it. Like me, for one, I don't even like to discuss it on here is one thing, but like when people in public start talking about it, they're like, yeah, man, I don't feel good, or my family members have it. I was close to some people. I'm like, it just starts giving me anxiety. I'm like, go away, because you're probably a negative test result, but you're just putting all of this in your mind. It's making you feel sick and feel that way. So like, just get away from me with that.
Yeah, I feel that. Where do you work, Ryan?
I work at Walmart.
Oh, okay.
I have moved plenty of departments up to this point. I've been there for a little over a year, but I am now in the automotive center.
Sweet.
Was that O-neck part of the uniform, or did you get that on your own?
No, man. My pecs are just weighing it down, so I'm just kidding. I have 0 pecs. It's just like a low line. It's like a low cut neck type shirt. It's comfy.
And
Yeah, Quinn is the fashion police of this show, so.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Hey,
look at him, buttoned up to the brim. I didn't think he had a neck for a second.
Does that look trippy on Zoom?
No.
All right. So, Kev, how have you noticed the second surge? Is there a second surge? Is it surging on you, Kev?
I haven't really noticed anything. I feel like when I'm driving, there's like just as many cars. There's still a lot of people. Like I went to Walmart yesterday, and it was like, me personally, I'm not about to halt my life. I like enjoying the outside world. So
Feel that. You're not riding around with a skate. You're not skateboarding with a mask on, are you?
nah, bro, nah. I wear it when I need to, but I'm still trying to. I like going to the gym. I'll go skate. I'll go out and eat. I'm still trying to live life.
Yeah.
I mean, cases here in Hawaii are not surging.
I don't know how Kentucky
Right now.
is. I heard that
They actually started spiking here, like in Kentucky and Hopkinsville as well.
no shit. That's why.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
damn.
past few weeks, month or so.
Well,
Yeah, it's getting pretty bad in California again. Like we got like 10,000 people in one day, like last
Yeah.
week. So
I just think everything opened up way too soon.
I just got that new Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty came out. So, I mean, if it's going to surge, it's a good time. I'll lock it up right now.
did you get a PS5?
No, I still got the Xbox.
So you ain't sweating a lockdown, are you, Kev?
Yeah, I mean, if we got a lockdown now, I'm cool for a couple
Now's the
months.
time.
Yeah, I'm cool for right now.
What about yourself, Marco? Second surge and all?
Second surge. Well, seeing as I'm in California, things are interesting here because they like allow for indoor seating for like a week and a half, and everybody went out to eat inside.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, it just got like 10 times worse here. Like everything just like popped off super fast. So like they closed everything again, like for indoor seating. So it's just takeout again, and people are like all confused because they're like, would you just reopen everything? Like, why is everything? And so like there's a lot of confusion, I feel like, with the tier system here in California. I don't know how it is out in Kentucky, but
there's a tier system.
Yeah,
here.
we got the phase thing too, like phase
the
1,
phase
2,
thing?
3. I don't know what
Okay.
they are, but I know we have one.
Sweet. Yeah, that's how we have it too. And like last week, every single county in California like went back a phase. Like that's the first time that no county's ever like gone forward.
Wow.
So it's interesting. I'm trying to be just cautious, like do activities where I don't really need to be like around a whole lot of people, like go for a walk in the park, and like when there's nobody around me, I take my mask off. But when like people walk by, I kind of just like put it up. So
Still going to the Elk Grove to the Elk Grove Park?
oh yeah, of course.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's a cool walking spot. So that's what I mean. I've tried to like abide by as much stuff as possible when needed,
Right.
but yeah, I mean I mainly stay inside anyways, so it's not really a big
Well,
deal.
get ready for a game of 1-on-1. You got 2 weeks to train. I also pretty much just like to abide by whatever the mandate is.
Well, the thing is with you, Quinn,
I feel like it's almost too stressful not to.
I mean, in the beginning of the pandemic, like when we went out to eat and stuff that one time at Habit, and like we walk in and we had our masks on, and I was like, bro, I feel like this is exactly the type of world you want to live in, like where everyone stands away from you, and everybody's just like, and you were like, it's like I was made for this, and I was like, yeah. So it doesn't surprise me that you want to abide by everything. Like that makes sense.
That is true. But I'll be honest with you, man. We're here, halfway into November, and I've been going through some bouts of I guess the blues. You can say.
Seasonal depression.
I don't know, because I like society existing around me. You know what I'm saying? I don't always like to invite society into my bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like to exist with around me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that makes sense.
And that's been kind of depressing. That's been kind of bluesing me out. And also, I'm starting to get that itch again, man. I'm starting to say, fuck this shit. I'm ready to go on and go plant my flag elsewhere.
Oh, really? You're already wanting to get out of the island?
I'm almost done. I'm almost done with school. I'm getting there. So
where would you go, Quinn? That begs the question.
Just go ahead and move back to Hoptown.
Are you gonna go back to Hoptown?
No.
Kick it with your
God,
boy.
no.
yeah.
I know, I'm kidding, bro. If I don't have kids, I would not.
Far away.
Nah, I don't reckon I'll move to Hoptown. I got a few options listed. Might be that I stay here and I just get a different place, maybe like an apartment. But there's, Nashville's an option. I mean,
As tradition goes, you at least have to stay there till I come visit.
yeah, that's true.
I've been every place you've been, so
That's true. That's true. That should be the spot, Kev. You should come too.
I might, bro. I might.
no, that sounds like probably not.
I don't like planes, bro. If I could ride,
Oh,
if I could sit by Ryan and we could hold hands.
damn! I can smell you through the camera, bro.
I'm down.
I just had a flashback. Kev, you trying to buy a pack of Rillos?
Hey, I'll hold your hand. Flights aren't scary.
I got a problem where I like being in control of my own life, and on a flight, I have no control. I don't.
Well, dog, that's what they
That
make.
is true.
That's what they make Xannies for. So you just pop one of those,
Yeah, I would just
then you wake up when it's over.
That's true.
I would just have to get like
That is-
blackout drunk and just sleep the whole time.
There you go.
Flying is an otherworldly experience. It's literally like time travel.
It's strange.
Can
It
you
is
believe
weird.
we've evolved from like throwing sticks and rocks at each other to making fucking airplanes and going around the sky and shit?
Yeah, that's insane.
And then just dropping rocks on each other
Yeah.
for way up high.
Sticks as well. Arrows spotting the sun. Just
Yeah, that is
Pretty
pretty
much.
interesting to think about, and also in such a quick like amount of time, like compared to the amount of time that we were just like throwing sticks and rocks at each other and being like cave people, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
to the amount of time that it took. Super
It's like
crazy.
2001: A Space Odyssey. You guys ever seen that?
yes.
Nice.
Nice.
That pretty much chronicles human evolution.
Oh, nice.
Right now it's more like a idiocracy, but
Yeah.
Perhaps things will change. I'm not certain things will change. You know, I tend to lean philosophically. You know, I try to remain optimistic about a lot of things, but things outside of my control, I tend to lean a bit more pessimistic. Like, you know, I just kind of thought, I was like, well, Donald Trump's probably going to win. And I just maintained that thought process until it was evident that he had no chance to win. So I like to, you know, I just kind of have that mindset. What I can't control, I usually prepare for the worst. And what I can control, I try to prep for the best. How do you guys
I like
do
that.
What are your guys' philosophies on that? And maybe other things on life. Do you wipe standing or sitting?
definitely sitting.
Sitting.
And you gotta fold. You can't wide.
Wait,
Oh
you
yeah,
sit?
dude.
You don't sit.
Neat.
You sit?
I sit for everything. Toilet is my throne, bro. I sit to take a piss too, and I'll be there for 30 minutes. I'll be reading and writing some or playing a game. It don't matter. I feel at peace.
That's why you shit the way you shit. You're supposed to stand when you wipe.
Nah,
I thought you were
bro.
gonna say stand when you shit.
As soon as you stand up, it's gonna get smeared between them cheeks.
Yeah, bro.
I ain't having
Dude,
that.
yeah. That's a terrible.
So let's go ahead and just stick our arm into a defecated toilet.
Bro, you're not dunking it in the water, bro.
You do a little like lean with the tilt,
Yeah.
and you get up in there.
What is you talking about, bro? You're not even getting full coverage on your wipe, dog.
Or if you was here, I'll just
Wait,
baby
Quinn,
style.
you
I'll just pull my
stand
legs up and you can get
I
it.
stand, bro. I
No
stand.
way.
I stand.
That's
Just like I stand for this country. I stand when I wipe. I stand.
Oh,
You know why? Because when you wipe, you got a just straight up like line of fucking wipeage, dude. You don't have to fucking hit an angle
but
or hit an
then
arch.
if you high wipe, it's going up your back.
Not even, bro. That's why you gotta scoot, bro. You gotta hit the
Oh,
shovel motion.
no.
It's like stuff shoveling sand. You ever been to the beach, dog?
Now you're a shit shoveler.
this combo. This combo is why humanity is where it's at. You asked us, bro. You asked us a deep philosophical question, and then also asked us about shit, and we just pivoted straight to the shit conversation.
Followed up.
Whoa, maybe we could connect the two. What if your guys' philosophy differs from mine? We're 2-1, so we got 2 sitters, 1 stander.
Wait, so what's Marco? You didn't chime in.
Yeah, I was just taking it all in, man. Dude, it depends where I'm at. It depends if I'm in a public bathroom
What?
or not. You know, like
What are
like,
you fucking switch hitter?
I'm a switch hitter, bro. I'm a switch hitter, man.
See,
Depends on the restroom. Is it public? Is it some house?
Wait,
Is it his
wait.
house?
if it's public, I hope you stand. That you don't dunk your arm into a public toilet.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
All right.
Yeah.
Right. That's a little bit more acceptable.
You act like I dropped jewelry down there and I'm like fishing for it. My hand is just hovering right underneath. I'm not dunking it. I'm not bobbing for turds with my fist.
I'm trying to get pennies out the wishing well, bro.
So
That's hilarious.
So you're trying to go deep, man. We went deep.
I'm sure we could connect the two. Why don't we go back to the former part of that question? So what about your guys' philosophical take on what you can and cannot control? cynical or optimistic?
I try to stay good vibes. I feel like it's just good. I watch like The Secret and shit like that, like them documentaries where it's like what you project, you attract and all that. So I try to stay in a positive headspace. And I feel like for me mentally, it just helps. When I get down, I feel like I just go into a spiral and then I'm in like a fucking black hole a month later and I'm like, wow, what is this? So I don't know. If shit's out of my control, I just try not to even think about it or worry about it. And then for like me in my own life, I try to stay, I'm like an optimistic realist, I would say.
Yeah, I'm optimistic with the view about it, but I don't know if if it's not in my control, so be it. But I feel like I'm always prepared for a situation to happen. Like I have a plan at any given time. If something I can't control does happen and it's dire or like dangerous, then I'm ready for it. I know what I'm gonna do. So I'm very observant. I watch my surroundings. I listen, but at the same time, I just try to keep a positive mindset that everything's gonna be good and nothing bad is gonna happen.
So you're a people watcher.
I don't watch people. I'm more of an observer. I said it. I'm an observer of my surroundings, man.
All right.
I have great peripheral vision. I don't know. I'm very tuned into other conversations going on around me. People don't even suspect nothing.
Ryan, the point guard Crossett.
Hey, I was a point guard. Oh man, Mr. Assist.
Oh,
Can I offer a counterpoint?
Go ahead.
Didn't you get hit by a car while skateboarding in the street?
Yeah, but there was some divine intervention. All right, first of all, I had just smoked a blunt. Secondly, I probably shouldn't have been crossing because it said don't go. And thirdly,
got to cross.
Some divine. It was raining. I didn't want my grip tape to get wet. You don't understand.
Hell, bro. Hell.
Nah, but sense. As I was going across this car like edged up and like kind of tapped me, and I stopped and I looked at him like, "What the hell are you doing? I'm crossing," And I turned to take another step, and that car clips my knee, and it just slings me across the side of them, and their driver mirror gets knocked off, and by the time I realize what's happened, grab my board, they're across the freaking four-way section, like maybe 20, 30 feet past the light.
Dang.
I'm just like, oh my God. Another second, I would have been right in front of that and dead. And I was just like, let's go.
Whoa,
just took back off to the dorm.
That's wild.
We know you're crossing, but get the fuck out the street, Ryan.
Wait, did you go to what's the college that you guys went to, Kevin and Quinn?
And Ryan.
Ryan went too.
Oh yeah, okay. That was my question. Yeah, Ryan, did you go to the same university that Quinn and Kevin did?
Western Kentucky University.
Yep. Man,
I think actually Ryan came before Kevin.
Yeah, I was there with you, and then I kind of like started hanging out with you more there. Actually, we became really close, and then I swindled Kevin in the next semester.
And then
I was like, man, I don't even want to be here, but I'll hang out with you. Hey, I hung out until the end of the semester.
That's not even fair, because then I moved into the room.
Yeah, see? I provided
it literally worked out.
I gave this man a home.
And Ryan was there almost every weekend.
I think you were actually the connection. I think that's when me and Quinn first actually met and started hanging out. Was when us three started kicking it.
Ryan was the tender. I was gonna say the tenderloin, but the ligament.
I gave you my room, my bed. You even took some of my clothes.
Damn, he's sunning you, bro.
Dang.
Back when I could actually fit some of them.
Bro, you remember Quinn's sweatshirt that he wore for 6 months straight the whole time we were there?
It was either that or sweatpants and a vest.
Dude, you know your name in my phone is Quinn Sweatshirt? Because of that
Quinn Sweatshirt.
I still got that sweatshirt. I actually, I'd high-handed that sweatshirt off Matt.
Yeah, Sheldon, right? You told us that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I hot-handed a couple clothes off Matt. I think actually it was part of a set that I hot-handed off of him. It was that sweater, a pair of khakis, and then some nice socks.
This man was pinpointing articles of clothing each time he saw him. He's like, damn, that'll go good with that sweater I stole already.
The fashion police, bro.
I'm going to need that.
I had to get him back, dog. He trapped some clothes from mine. So I figured, it was fair. You forgot the hat. I always wore a hat. I always
had a hat on. And you always have flops with no socks.
Oh,
Probably the only one who didn't wear socks with him.
What kind of hat was it?
It was an Adidas hat. It was a white Adidas hat.
Then just like basic like logo, or was it like the OG logo with like the leaves?
No, it was just like a basic white Adidas logo. It literally just said Adidas, and then it had like 3 gradient things on it.
Oh, okay.
It was very much like 2008 New Era Adidas.
Ah, I see.
And but I wore the fucking shit out of that hat, man, and then some bitch stole it.
Bitches.
What the fuck?
And I don't mean to, for our female listeners to, but
Fuck
thief.
Texas, bro.
I feel it. Yeah. But no, I mean, I agree with both Ryan and Kevin on their philosophies on being like, when you can't control something, why worry about it? It's taken me a while to learn that. The trials and tribulations of life kind of ingrained that in you to a degree. And I've kind of gotten to that point of in my life where I can have that zen where it's like, I'm going to be hopeful because I can't control anything. And regardless if I'm hopeful or not, like, things are going to just happen as they happen. So might as well try to be as positive as possible because, I mean, at least I could feel somewhat content in certain situations. Yeah. Whereas if you're always have your head down, which I have had in the past, you can kind of like screw yourself over sometimes. And that's it's not good. So
it's a dark place.
Yeah.
It is a dark place. Definitely.
That's why I don't like flying, bro. I don't like being out of control.
A plane isn't a dark place, bro. They got lights in there.
No, but
it's fine.
When I'm on the plane, I can't control my life, but I can control if I get on it or not. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's kind of crazy is that once you're on the plane, if you surrender the control to it, then you get over it pretty quickly.
I haven't flown much. In my life, maybe like 10 times, but.
Yeah, you flew on that tiny ass plane from Denver to North.
Yeah, I was on like a 12-person plane. Now that was a little scary. The turbulence in that one was, I didn't like it.
You could see out the front of the plane.
It was like the plane went straight 90 degrees, and if I could like fall out of my window to the ground. But
that sounds.
It's pretty wild. Like I've been on that plane.
The bigger planes, I love it because I like to get a window seat and watch the takeoff, and then disappearing into the sky, and then like you just kind of chill out, and then when you come into landing you get to see this whole new area you've never seen from that view. But the fun thing about it is at the takeoff and the landing there's either people super chill, people sleeping, or people just like gripping the fuck out of their armrests with like they're pressing back into their seats, and it makes me laugh.
I'm a gripper.
I'm a fucking break my seat.
It looks so scared. I hate it.
I'm a gripper. I'm a gripper during takeoff. Landing, I'm chill. Takeoff, the first 15 minutes, I'm pretty anxious.
Oh man,
I'll drop like 40 Hail Marys.
I'm getting anxiety thinking about being in a plane taking off, bro.
Really? You got to learn how to fly. So that way you can be in control. So you could just fly yourself.
Yeah, kid. You could also take weed from here to Venezuela or some shit like that.
Narcos out here. Pablo.
Yeah. Don't you want those kids to go to college, Kev? Operation Flying Squirrel. Come on, dog.
Operation Sugar Glider. 100%.
Kev, I saw recently you went north.
Yeah, I went up to
little vacay, dog. What was up with that? Where'd you go?
We went up to the Canadian border. We went to I don't even remember what the town was. We went somewhere in Michigan. We just got an Airbnb on the lake up there. Me and like 5 other boys.
Lake Michigan?
Yeah, we were on Michigan. We just went up there for a weekend, dude. Dude, you know what's so funny? We drove like 14 hours to go up there, and we probably spent a good 10 hours in the house playing Trouble drunk. Like,
really?
We drove so fucking far, and we basically just kicked it and played Trouble all night, both nights. But then, like, in the daytime, we went out to the lake, we went hiking, like, we went and did some cool shit. But yeah, it was dope. And then we drove up, we went to Detroit, went to the Canadian border, went to this like island thing that had like, it was fucking like nicknamed Goose Island. Like it just had like 10,000 geese on it.
That's That's pretty scary. Now that's
Did you
scary.
chase him?
Oh, there was a lot. No, we didn't. We weren't trying to mess with them. We didn't want to get jumped or nothing or shit.
Yeah, I don't want to get attacked by a flock of
Oh,
bees.
dude, geese are like they're like their own gang, man.
Yeah.
When they have their
Or-
territory, like you cannot fuck with
Like,
that.
you fucking looking at me?
They bark at you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I went to my first dispensary. Never been in one until Michigan.
Oh,
Yeah. Shit,
oh,
was
nice,
dude.
nice. Talk us through the experience.
dude, it was. Real
It's like you
cool.
were baptized, bro.
Yeah, we went.
Yeah.
We went
Welcome to the new faith.
We went to two. The first one we went to was they were both pretty similar. The second one had much more of like a doctor office vibe in the front, but then in the back it's just
Nice.
this big open showroom, and they just had
Right.
they had literally every product in like glass cases, like at a fucking jewelry store or something. And it was just so tight. It was so crazy just buying weed from a counter, like instead of some dude, like
Changes your life.
Yeah,
It
it's
sounds
so- it-
exactly like my
literally,
first one.
when I was there, I was like, why isn't this just everywhere? It's fucking crazy. This isn't everywhere yet. Like,
It's,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
it's so weird
It
that
is.
I can go to Michigan and walk in the store and buy weed, but if I get caught with it in Kentucky, I go to jail. Like, are we not in the same
Exactly.
country? What the fuck is happening? This is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Let me
Hella
ask you this: how many properties have you looked at in Michigan now? Since going?
None. I got kids, bro. I can't, man. I'm locked in.
Just take the whole family, dog.
True. Yeah. But no, it was cool, dude. It was fucking beautiful up there. It was cool. We could buy bud, and the lake was awesome. We went hiking.
Is this where y'all did shroom?
No, that was camping like 2 months ago.
Oh,
We
okay.
just we went out to LBL and went camping and did that.
I'm sad I missed that trip.
That dude, I'm sad you missed that trip. I'm sad for you,
Shrooms
bro.
in nature are so perfect.
Dude, we went kayaking at like midnight on it. We got to see the sunset.
Damn, kid.
Perfect, bro.
Sounds like you live the fucking life.
I know, yeah, for
Asshole.
real. God damn.
With his kids.
I know, with the kids.
Dude,
I'm changing my whole fucking perception on life now, dude. I'm just cynical all over.
Be right back. I gotta go knock someone up.
Right.
It's so funny, like the shit, like this is actually so rare. Like it's such a rare thing for me to actually like get drunk or fucked up or do something. It's like a 3-4 times a year, but it just all kind of happened recently. But yeah, the camping and shrooms, that shit was amazing.
Where'd you go camping at?
We went to it's called, what is it called? Energy Lake? I think it's called Energy Lake. It's in Land Between the Lakes.
Whoa.
But it's
Huh.
like
You did shrooms at Energy Lake.
yeah.
That is pretty wild.
Okay.
Dude, the funny
Sounds pretty
part-
gnar.
So a couple of highlights was, you know how like you don't really know when it's gonna kick in, but like you took it, so you're like, okay, this is gonna happen at some point.
Just like
So-
excited.
Yeah, so like
Nervous a little bit.
Yeah, I was a little anxious, excited, and I was like, all right, cool, when's this gonna happen? I was sitting at the fire, and it was still daytime. It was probably like 6 p.m., so it was like dusk, I would say. And I looked over, and one of my friends was like standing by the water, and he was like, bro, come here. And he already did it earlier, so he was already in trip mode. So I walked over to him, and when I walked over, so like the fire, we were in all the trees and shit, but the lake, there's no trees or nothing. I walked over, and it was like someone turned the brightness up on a phone. It was like everything got brighter once I got out of the campground, and I was like, whoa, here we go. And that's when it fucking kicked in. And then there was one point where we all took our kayaks out there. So there was one point, probably like 9:30, everybody was like peak trip. We were like, yo, let's go fucking kayaking. And then we went over to the kayaks, got in them on the bank, and sat there for 45 minutes and didn't go out on the water.
Ground
Literally.
kayaking.
Like if someone would have drove up, they'd have been like, yo, these dudes are off it right now. We literally we were on the bank in our kayaks for like 45 minutes. We didn't even
Was anybody like paddling? Was anybody paddling the rocks or like the sand or anything?
Oh, dude, we were just literally just chilling. Like we weren't even moving.
That's hella funny.
It was fun though, dude. It was so fun.
How long were you out there for?
We just camped that one. Actually, this is even crazier. We ended up driving back that night because it started storming. We didn't even stay the night. So
Wow.
this is I don't recommend doing this, but
Disclaimer.
we literally smoked, drank, did shrooms, and then drove home at 3 a.m. So
Whoa,
it was an
wild.
interesting night, but literally about
That's a
like
full day.
the thing is, dude, I smoked and drank, but then once the shrooms kicked in, instantly that just went away. It's like
Oh, you don't feel anything else.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I was actually like pretty fucked up, and as soon as the shrooms kicked in, like the drunk just stopped, like it just cut it off somehow. And then once the
Crazy.
trip was over, you're pretty much sober once your trip is over. So
Yeah.
we were all like, fuck it, dude, it's about to pour down rain, like let's just go home. So we packed up at like 3 a.m. and just drove back. We didn't even stay.
That's
the night.
crazy.
I feel like it took y'all twice as long to get home as it did to get there.
Yeah, dude, it was a drive. I was like, bro, this is terrible. I was,
You know, they say shrooms have like medicinal potential to like solve depression.
Yeah.
I want a microdose, dude. I actually really want to try it. My friend, I'm not gonna say his name, but I got one of my buddies that does it. Yeah, I will say after I tripped though, I felt I was definitely like less stressed for like probably about a month after. I felt like it kind of
Just overall.
yeah, like I just kind of while I was tripping, I like did some. It was at one point I was sitting at the fire by myself, and I was just kind of thinking about life and shit. And I was like, bro, I'm taking life too serious right now. Like I need to calm down a little bit. Cause like with my job and shit, like I just be super stressed all the time, basically. And I was like, I just need to chill the fuck out. So it did. I mean,
You should be grinding all the time.
yeah. I mean, I feel like it did help a little bit mentally.
Yeah, I've read studies where that suggest that you know, shrooms have like what Quinn said, that medicinal property to help like anxiety, depression, also like forms of PTSD, stuff like that. It's pretty crazy, and they're trying to work on like patents, but because of like obviously the federal government banning it, it's like a little difficult. But I know that there's cities across the country like Portland and Oakland out here in the West Coast that like legalized all drugs basically. So like companies out in like Oakland and Portland are like working on like prototypes of like just like tablets you can take that have the chemicals within it but don't get you like zooted.
Yeah.
So
oh, that's interesting. I was about to say, didn't some city just legalized like what's the fucking chemical in it? Psilocybin? Psilocybin.
Oh, psilocybin. Yeah, I forget what city that was.
Medical stuff.
Yeah. It's interesting though how like cities can legalize it, but then like the county doesn't have it legalized, but the city, and then it's like maybe the county will legalize it, but then the state itself won't, and it's just like all these layers.
Literally, yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, who can like step in and be like, you can't do this? It's so like I don't know, but
drugs wins the war on drugs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Oh, I have a question for Ryan. Do you have a story like, you know, akin to Kevin's where like you maybe like any high stories or anything like that?
Yeah, I actually have some crazy shroom stories. One of them actually at Western. Quinn was with me this night, but he didn't go on the quest. He didn't go on the quest with me.
I remember that.
I called you that night. I called several people. I was tripping so hard. That was the first time I ever took him. I was at a party and I had heard somebody had him. One of our buddies said we could get him. I was like, okay. So me and this other chick I knew, we went and got him. And I was like, yeah, you want to take these with me? She said, no, I'm going to go on. I was like, okay, whatever. So I had him and I was so hyped to do them. Screw it. I'm dropping them. Only one at this party. Sitting there in the room, like Kevin said, there's just like a moment you realize where everything's a little different than it was a few minutes ago. And so some of my friends come back from the bar and they convinced me to go on a walk. And I'm like, dude, outside sounds perfect. Yeah, let's go. So we start strolling up the hill to the top of it on campus. And we get there. And it's pretty high. It's a good elevation. And I'm just looking off of it. And there's a lot of land. There's lights. There's cars driving by, people walking and stuff. And I'm just like, wow, everything is so beautiful. It was amazing. Then 2 seconds later, this cop car comes around. And I'm like, all right, it's still beautiful. It's fine. We're just up here chilling. Surely they're not going to pull in. Two buddies I was with had beers with them. The cop car fucking pulls in. They're like, oh, shit. They get up. They're like, we got to run. I said, what? Oh, I don't think I can. So they take off down these steps. I put like 1 foot on the step and I like grab the sidewalls. I'm just like, there's no way I can run right now. I was like, I've got this. So I just like sit back down on the ledge and I'm just staring off, and they come up. I'm just like, "Hey, officers." They are some big dudes. They were huge campus security, scary as hell. I was like really happy, but at the same time, I was like, "Oh my God, I'm going to jail tonight, and I'm on shrooms, and I'm gonna be in the drunk tank. This fucking sucks," because they left their beers right by me.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. I stayed very calm, and I was just like, I was just sitting there, and they made me made me pour the beers out, and then they gave me a citation, and I had a little court. I was like, "Oh shit, I gotta get back to my dorm room," and I accidentally threw my citation away in the trash can with the beers right in front of them, but they didn't know it, and I was like, "Oh, I'll come get it in the morning. It's fine." So like the whole way back to camp, our dorm was at the very end, 26 floors, and on the like whole way there, just like the lights and the trees and everything on campus, it kind of felt like I was on an escalator at the airports, and I was just like gliding through campus. Wow. And then I get there, put the keys in the door. Sounds like thousands of wind chimes in like the longest hallway I've ever been in. I'm just kind of jingling them. I'm like, wow. Then it gets bad. I get in my room. I'm there by myself. I'm like, I don't feel so good because they can make you feel nauseous. So I was like, oh, I got to go throw these up. I got to go get this out of my system. I don't want to be doing this anymore. I call Quinn. I'm like, dude, you got to come be with me. I was like, I'm freaking out. And he's like, yeah, actually, I'm doing something right now. I was like, all right, man. I was like, it's fine. I was feeling. It's like, I'll be all right, bro. I was like, I made myself throw up. Then I just go back in my room, cuddle up. I call Kevin. I'm like, dude, I know the answer to so much shit right now. I have so many answers. I call another friend. I was like, what should I do? He's like, man, put a movie on, listen to some music or something. I was like, okay, music, movie, got it. Hang up. I put a movie on and music. And I'm just like curled up in my bed, fetal position, watching Good Burger, listening to like some rap, probably some Wiz Khalifa at the time.
Oh,
just like shivering. My roommate comes in. It was this Arab like exchange student dude, and I'm just like, "What's up, bro?" He's probably like, "What is he on?"
It's crazy,
dude. Yeah, it was gnarly. And then I just like fell asleep and slept it off. But it was a lot to experience for like the first time tripping. Definitely, I have some more in nature and other good ones and bad ones, but that was probably like the wildest one I ever had.
Dude, isn't it funny how like once you get to that point, like all of a sudden hella weird shit just starts happening, like stuff that never has happened before in like when you're just under normal circumstances, like in a normal state of mind. All of a sudden you get into that other plane, and then it's just like, boom, the cops are just gonna pull up. And like your homies that you're with just run away, and you're just like, I can't run now. And it's like, what the fuck? Like
I was like,
everything
I can't run.
Everything that's bad that can happen does happen. But what a clutch audible to just be like, I got this.
I know, right?
I don't know how I stayed so calm, but I did.
Yo, speech perk +5, bro.
Speech 100.
Yeah, dude, that's a solid improvement.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Quinn, have you done shrooms? Have you?
No.
Really, bro? You would
no,
mate, dude. All right,
I've sworn that I'm only doing these things.
Reunion.
With my bros.
Reunion,
I've talked about this at length with Ryan. Like, I'm only doing these things with my bros. Like, I'm not doing these with fucking strangers. I had an offer the other day. This guy who I know, he was like, "You want to go get trippy?" And I was like, what do you mean?
That sounds sus already.
Yeah. And he was like, "You want to go drop acid?" And I was like, not really, man. What's up with the scenario? He was like, "It's an acid party. We drop, we listen to EDM, and we paint." And I was like,
British?
No.
No.
There's like 5 guys in one.
I feel like your like friend is Russell Brand or some shit. Like you make him sound.
And then I was just like, yeah, I'm out. I'm a solid. I'm out. Thanks for the offer.
Bro,
it may have been an amazing time. But yeah. Also weird if you don't know the people or like the environment. I definitely don't recommend it.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah. You know,
you gotta be in a good
like,
headspace going into it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like you said, I want to be your spirit guide on the first trip.
I have a built-in trust, you know, with these sort of things. You know, like I want to be around people that I know, you know, will catch me if I fall, so to speak.
Yeah,
That's sweet.
Dude,
Dude.
my first
You don't
trip
want to be around assholes that like draw dicks all over you.
I feel that. Kevin, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say my first trip ever was actually with Ross G.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of the home,
Shout out to the OG of the family tree,
right?
Ross motherfucking G, aka
Raw
Raw Green Acres, Raw Doe.
Oh,
Yeah,
Holding it down.
boy.
Eastern Kentucky Penitentiary, boy.
dude, it was wild because I've never done them before. We were at one of my friend's apartments downtown, and I took them. I actually put them. We went to Taco Bell. I got an apple empanada, and I stuffed them in the empanada, and I ate it. So
that's the most delicious way to eat them, actually.
Wow. The
Yeah,
empanada.
They were doing like
Alchemy plus 10. Alchemy plus 10.
Yeah, my cooking skill went up. So I took them. I had no idea what to expect because I never took them. And we were sitting on the couch, and he was sitting right beside me, and there was a couple other people there. And my friend's apartment, he had a fucking Jimi Hendrix poster where it was like a headshot, his afro, and it had guitar cables, like all kind of different colored guitar cables.
Oh, yeah.
And my friend Ross was like, bro, he tapped me on the shoulder and said, bro, look at that fucking poster up there. Because we ate them at the same time, so I'm assuming his kicked in, and then he was like letting me know. And I looked at it, and the guitar cables started like moving around the poster, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? So then my other friend whose actually apartment it was, he was like, bro, come here. And he took me into the kitchen. He had already tripped before. So he kind of like, he set us up for like a good trip. Like one of his rooms, he had like 5,000 Legos, and he just dumped them all on the floor for us. And he was like, y'all are going to have fun with this. Trust me. So
see, that's who I want to be around. I need to be around these kind of people.
Yeah, he catered our trip for us. So then once he knew me and him were tripping, and then there was a couple other people too, he was like, yo, come in the kitchen real quick. So he came in the kitchen. There was a painting of like this scene in Italy, and I looked at it, and I literally just started crying. I was like, bro. I looked at the painting, and I was like, dude, I'm there. Like, I'm in Italy.
Dude, the opera music just like filled your ears out of nowhere.
It was like, yeah, bro.
The Godfather soundtrack just keeps in.
Start smelling bread ovens.
It was like the light came in from the sky, and like a choir started singing. Like, it was wild. And then the two craziest things about that night, one, so we had someone there that was basically a DD. Like, he was sober. All he did was smoke a little bit of bud, and he was like kind of making sure everybody was cool. He cut out at like 2 a.m. And then another person, my girlfriend's best friend at the time, was like, all right, I'll come DD because I want to see y'all tripping, because it was her first trip also, my girlfriend's. She came, and she's just like by nature a super wild person. So as soon as she got there, she was like, let's go somewhere. Like, let's get out of the apartment. And we were all like, yeah, that's a great idea, because we're tripping and we want to go outside. So it's like 2 a.m. We went out in the middle of an intersection downtown and just laid in the intersection, which was like, hey, come fucking arrest us. We're idiots. So we went and did that. And then she drove us to the Dodge store. Me and Ross, she had a sunroof. She opened her sunroof, and me and Ross stood up out of the sunroof going down the road. It felt like, you know, in Star Trek when they like jump time and shit, when they're like fucking zooming through
hyperspeed.
Yeah, y'all were in like a warp tunnel.
It literally felt like I was in a warp tunnel driving to the Dodge store. And then when we got there, I saw one of my boys that I used to kick it with all the time, and I had just got my chest tattoo done. I was wearing a tank top, and he was like, bro, let me see that. So like, I moved my tank top. I looked down and moved my tank top to show him. And I have an owl tattooed on my chest, and it started flapping when I looked at it. And I was like, oh, fuck.
This is also the first time I've seen it.
I was like, damn. And bro, he was like, bro, are you good? Because my eyes were like so fucking dilated. And I was like, yeah, I'm good, bro. And then Ross came in and was like, man, I'm thirsty. And we went over to the Gatorade wall, and like we literally sat there. We're like, God damn, you see all these colors over here, dude? Because it's just all the different colored Gatorades. We stood there for a good 10 minutes just looking at Gatorades, and then we just walked out. We were like, we can't even. I don't want to go up to the register. This is sketchy. But it was fun, dude. First time was both times. They were fun. It's a lot of fun.
Right. You got to have a trippy painting. That's required.
Oh,
Yeah.
Trippy painting or like a trippy movie or something.
Something to get you into it. Yeah.
One small thing I do want to add on like the shroom trips is, like you said, you both took them roughly the same time, and you know, like pertaining to like connectivity of like just energy of souls and stuff. Like that's true. If you all drop them at about the same time, there's that moment where you kind of all just look at each other, and you'll be like. You'll like take a big breath and you're all like, do you feel this? And like everybody's just on the same wavelength for the entire trip pretty much. Like it's
like when women menstruate all at the same time.
Just a room, except you're just like shrooming out like, oh.
Dude, I feel like we mentioned women menstruating last podcast with Kevin too. That's pretty funny. That's like a common thing. Yeah, I think
we had a pretty dope painting in our place, Ryan.
Oh yes, we did.
That we used to stare at all the time.
What was it of?
Talking about Western or Nebraska?
No, in Nebraska.
Yeah.
I'll look up the title of it, but it was a.
I don't even know how to begin to describe it, dude.
Man, where'd y'all get it though?
We got it at a
dope ass antique place.
Yeah, it was by a dope ass antique place. It was by Hieronymus Bosch, who is a Dutch painter. And we got it at this antique place, and it was his depiction of hell.
Whoa.
Oh, shit.
And there's like all these demons and stuff, like people being raped by like scissors.
What the fuck?
I have to look it up.
Wait, what's the thing called? Yeah, I'm about to look it up.
It's by a guy named Hieronymus Bosch.
Oh, yep, there it is.
Bosch.
Damn.
Yeah, we found this at a replica copy at an antique store in Nebraska.
What the fuck? Is it the one with like the like?
It was
too.
I think, dude. I honestly think it was the Christ in Limbo.
Christ in Limbo.
Oh, it might have been. Let me see.
Thinking it was that one because it wasn't as bright. It wasn't as bright as the Garden of Earthly Delights. I mean, there's a few of them, but I really feel like it was Christ in Limbo, dude.
Yeah, it was Christ in Limbo.
The one with like the freaking.
See,
dude's head.
Dude, yeah, he's like people going in and out of his mouth and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like bodies.
Yeah.
Somebody's getting splayed in the bottom left. Like,
bro, that on truth, that's bad vibes. That's bad vibes, bro. We got
dude, but like, look, there's like an angel and stuff smiting some demons and killing people. You got people
it's
gambling and stuff.
Dude,
yeah, there's a gamble table. What?
Dude, that shit. Mouth open. That's trippy.
Oh, I know.
Dude, we used to get just real turned on the loud, and we would just stare at it. We sit on the floor like feudal Japan, man. Like it was crazy.
Dude, yeah, this painting is ridiculous, man. Jesus Christ.
There's so much to look at.
Yeah. I feel like it's like cut off too. It's like there's more, and they just like it's like a snapshot. It's like one little piece of like a giant.
It was one of those rare gems you find at just like a place. Antique stores, man. Going antique shopping, antique stores, that's a lot bigger in the South, especially around like the Hopkinsville, Cadiz area.
Sure.
More so than it is like other places that I've lived. But man, you will find some gems, just real like time capsules of history there. Sometimes internationally, you know.
Yeah.
I wonder if is that. Do you think it's like a cultural thing? Like I don't know many people in California that go antiquing.
Yeah, I mean, my mom loves to antique. That's very much like a like.
Do you think it's like an age thing,
it's
like a generational thing?
In California, at least, yeah. Like there are some people I know that are my age or a little younger that like to go thrifting, but antiquing is a different story. That's a little different. But I must say, antiquing is cool. And I used to actually like the concept of antique. I never really did it when I was younger, but I would watch that show American Pickers on like History Channel. And that show was, I was like, bro, I want to go out and like just like dig in people's like warehouses and shit. And then as I got older, I'm like, that actually sounds like a terrible idea. I don't want to do that. But
You never know what you'll find though. Like
that is true.
Right, you will never know.
hoarders will have the most bizarre items.
That is true. Hoarders are crazy. I've never known one, but
I
they
have.
seem
My
wild.
grandfather.
Oh, really? Dang.
Yeah.
I'll say the antique shop in Nebraska. I wonder if it's because it's like central in the United States. It had such a wide diversity of objects.
That's yeah, I was about to like comment on that, like, you know, antiquing or like flea markets or whatever in the South
Right.
and stuff. But if you go, you know, north or west, like the variety of items is just way different than what
Yeah.
you see here as opposed to out there or something.
I feel like there are a lot more things, like you said, Quinn, in those places than out here. I don't know. I feel like maybe everything just gets kind of like pushed to the center of the country from the coasts because it's
Well,
like,
also like flea markets in California are pretty well organized.
yeah.
And to be 100% honest with you, the only flea market I've been to in California is the Stockton flea market.
You don't need to go to another one then.
Yeah,
That one's
it's,
prime.
and it's very much culturally centric to the Hispanic California population.
Yeah.
Whereas
You get some
know,
bomb
so-
food at the Stockton.
yeah. You get like food, you could get tools, you could get
got food at them, bro.
Mm-hmm.
oh dude,
Right.
like sometimes there's music.
It's like a
Um,
fair, basically.
Yeah,
Every weekend.
it's pretty much a very small fair.
Yeah.
Dang.
But you don't get a diversity of objects. You know what I'm saying? You see pretty much the same things every time. There's always a guy selling giant bongs and a Bob Marley blanket.
And I'm always at that vendor hut.
Me.
Right. Well, I feel like in the South, a lot of times it's like furniture,
Yeah, it really is.
Interesting.
like stuff, like household stuff.
Hmm.
Whereas in Nebraska, Ryan, the one we went to all the time, we would find like paintings and fucking like
got that
knickknacks.
dope chest.
Yeah, I bought a treasure chest from the Caribbean from this fucking flea market.
It was sick.
I still have it. It's in my room
Dude, that's
in
wild.
California. Yeah.
Shit. I need to go there. That sounds fun. That sounds hella fun going like antiquing like out there.
It's important, man. You know, I hope coming out of this this pandemic year, you know, I hope the changes that we make in a society aren't more environmentally or geographically inclusive, meaning that I hope people don't retreat inwards. And I'm speaking excuse me, I'm speaking mainly to, I guess, what would be like our generation, perhaps maybe more so Marco's. And Marco's like 5 years younger than us, but go out. Like, you know, when things clear up, you know, if a vaccine comes through, and, you know, it's safe to go out again, make sure you go out. Go out, meet people, go out to small businesses, see what they're about, see the things that make up your community.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
places like antique stores and flea markets, those are literally like miniature, they're kind of like landfills for things around the world to just get dumped at.
There's no telling how many hands it went through or where it came from.
Yeah, the
Right,
stories.
there's no telling what you'll find. There's no telling what you'll find.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, that's true. Very true. I feel like there's more of them now too. Like I'm seeing more people. Maybe that's just my circle because my mom's like gotten a little bit more into antiquing recently. But like just on Instagram and stuff, like I've seen a lot more people go and try to like find more vintage stuff or maybe some more antique quality type of things. Like I feel like people are getting kind of tired of like the whole like modern style of like really clean lines, rigid, very like boxy,
Framed and angular.
yeah. More like that
You know what-
painting that you showed us. Like
What's old is always new again, man. What's old is always new again. It's a circle.
that's
What
true.
is dead may never die.
You right, bro. What is dead may never die.
Dang, what a reference.
Far.
So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. You know, for people, you know, spend less time just like chilling at home, smoking doobs on your phones, you know, watching
you know, like this,
fucking
it's a blessing we
Hulu
can
and
communicate
stuff.
like this, but go out and
Right.
have some human interaction, you know?
Yeah. And it is possible to do that still. Like a lot of people are freaking out because they're like, oh my God, a lockdown, a shelter in place. It's like, that doesn't mean you can't go out like for a walk and like just see your neighbor
Dude, no,
and like wave.
me and you were going for walks.
Yeah. Like it's not a bit like you can still go for walks. It's just be like safe about like be conscious of what you're doing, you know?
Yeah, y'all have a lot more parks with activities and events and stuff. But I mean, you can go to those and still distance from one another and still talk and have good times.
Yeah.
All while being safe.
Exactly.
Instead of holding your
So-
hand, keep a little.
Homies. Yeah, just frolic through the
so-
park with your homie.
So we're winding down on time here, guys. But before we go, one last thing we'll talk. All right, I got you.
What did he say? What is that?
I said, take a shot.
What are you doing, dog? You doing some mouthwash? That looks like a little bathroom cup.
Hey, it's Sunday, bro. I can't buy alcohol, so the Listerine.
True.
The
Sunday
list-
fun day. Get lit
Wait.
and have fresh bread.
Oh yeah, over there they have like a time where you can't buy.
Hey,
We got a
Kevin,
whole day.
Kevin Clean Cup.
We
That's
got,
crazy.
Yes, they got a dry day. Kevin Clean Cup. That's your name, boy. Kevin Clean Cup.
Oh,
Dude.
literally
Yeah, they do.
all day Sunday. We can't buy alcohol. It's the wackest shit.
No, see,
All
but
right,
it's
dude.
but it's like the weed. I'll take a little
Cheers.
drink with y'all. It's like the weed laws, though.
Boys.
Cheers, love y'all. If you guys, we talked last time, especially you, Kev. My memory is damn near shot. I can barely remember
Or that
fucking
bud,
anything.
bro.
But if you guys have any more memories, anything left from the well that we could pull on, any funny stories, anything you could reminisce from either Western or Ryan from when we were chilling at Nebraska, or when we fucking cruised around California.
Nothing.
I guess
Right.
the one I'm curious about is what do you remember from the first time you met Quinn?
Oh man. All right.
See, I don't remember this.
I
at
don't
all.
know. I don't know if this was the first time I met him, but this is like the first time I hung out with him, and yeah, I guess so to say, met him. You know, it was him, myself, and two of the other homies, and this dude was just like, "Hey guys, paint me up as a pantomime, and I'll dress up like it, and let's go to Walmart, and I'll just mime around the store." So we paint this man's face up. He has like a striped shirt. We proceed to Walmart here in Hopkinsville. This man just starts walking around doing the box hand stuff, starts like tripping over objects that aren't there, starts getting like grabs umbrellas and dumb shit. I don't know, just starts getting props and like getting blown by wind and shit, crazy stuff. Like right before we get kicked out, he gets on this bench. They had him in like the center of the store, kind of, not really the center, but up near the registers. And he just like gets on it and lays down like he's taking a nap. And this Walmart associate comes up and they like tap him, you know, like, "Hey sir," and he wakes up so startled and like jumps out and falls on the floor. And he just looks so shocked, and this employee's like, "What is going on?" Like, he probably thought this dude was on drugs. We're filming it. We're laughing so hard. People were filming him around the store. People we didn't know. I was like, okay, I gotta hang out with this guy.
Bruh. Man.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. That was the first time.
I'm pretty sure that was the first time like we actually hung out and did something together. And
Quinn,
then
you told me about that before, but just not in that detail.
yeah, it was like on and off after that. And then like I said, Western's where we got really close, but we had some other times where we'd hang out with like mutual friends and wrestle. And I was about to defeat my opponent, Quinn, one day, and he got a little salty. We were wrestling on the knees. He couldn't stand up, and I was about to choke him, and he grabs me, and he weighs like, I don't know, 50, 60 more pounds than I does, and just lifts me off the ground and slams me on my back to break my hold on him. I was just like, what the fuck, dude? We're supposed to stay on the knees. Like, this is ground grappling. Come on, dog. But
Damn.
that's awesome, because that was so long ago. And then in Nebraska and everywhere else, like, we would wrestle all the time, UFC and shit. I tapped this man out like
do the
37
same
times. No, I'm just kidding. Look at his face. He's like, oh, no, not true. Although one day he did have me in like a little forearm bar up against my closet, and he was choking me pretty good, but I wasn't gonna tap.
I came up in there like the police.
I wasn't gonna tap, and
I just attacked you in your room.
My team Quinn.
This is why he quit though, because I just looked at him, the most serious face, probably red, like I was for real, probably I was getting choked, I was about to pass out, and I was just like, "Look at me!" He just dies laughing and releases his whole. It was pretty funny.
That's pretty crazy, man. Quinn, why would you dress up like a mime?
This
And
is
go into
so
fucking
funny. I never knew about that.
Actually, I may have the photo still that I could pull for that.
That'd be great. I would love to see it.
Why did I do that? I don't know. Sometimes
Why does
things just hit me. Honest to God, sometimes things just hit me. I'll be eating a sandwich on a lunch break working Menards, and I'll just be like, I want to get my own place, but I want Ryan to live with me. And then I'll buy the ticket and I'll call Ryan and be like, hey, do you want to come move to Nebraska? And you're like, all right, let me think about it.
And then he
like,
I call back, I'm like, yeah, sure. You bought the ticket? All right, I'll come out there.
I get on the plane. Fuck it.
Hey, Mom, I'm moving in a week. I quit my job, everything. I was like, yeah, I'm going to be out of here in 1 week.
I'm gonna be 6 days.
Before I had even asked him, I had already bought the plane ticket.
That's hella funny.
Yes, yeah. Sometimes I just get like, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's also like, kind of why I feel like I like to move around so much. Sometimes I just feel stagnant, like I need to do something loud.
Same.
Or, just like I just need to shout or scream at the top of my lungs, and then I just need like a moment of the world's attention.
We're men, dog.
And
Like
then-
an adventure.
Right, and then I can just like crawl back into my hermit chill.
That makes
That's why you
sense.
just roast civilians, for no reason.
What?
Like you just roast people for no reason. You don't even know them.
Who, me?
Yeah. That shit all the time at Western, dog. We be in the cafeteria line. You just be like, these bitches are fools. You walk up, he'd be like, hey, fuck your shirt. To just random people. I'm like, man, we're gonna get in a fight one day.
Dude, no wonder. Dude, okay, I'll tell the story for you guys then, because me and Quinn worked at a UPS store out here in Elk Grove, and dude, there were so many times where like me and Quinn would be working, we'd be closing the store, and then we'd see like people about to walk in, and Quinn's like, I'll give you $30 if you tell this guy to go fuck himself. And I'm like, no, what the fuck? He was like, that'd be kind of prime though if you did. I'm like,
I'd be a little prime if you did.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that shit. You can do it. He was like, yeah, I'm not really feeling that. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? You
I would
want
have
me
been
to
like,
do
man, 35.
Oh, 30.
Oh,
I've
man.
chilled. I've chilled out a lot over the decade.
Yeah, it's.
I don't go around just.
I
I
don't know.
remember.
I don't know.
Oh man, dude. Yeah, there was a time where Quinn almost got into a fight though. It was like one of the first days he worked at the store. Some dude was being a fool.
Did you have his? Were you ready to bang? Did you have his back?
Yeah. I told him I was about to like beat the fucking shit out of him.
No. I'm talking to Marco. Did you have his back? Were you
Marco
ready to bang
wasn't
with?
there yet.
I wasn't there at the
wasn't
time.
yet.
I wasn't there at the
Okay.
time. I would have. I
I
would
was
have.
gonna say, I feel like if your homie's with Quinn and he's about to get in a fight, she's like, I don't really want to fight, but I'm having my boys back. I'm not about to let them do this solo.
Yeah, right.
That's basically how the whole store was. Like we all were just like homies. So like whoever was on the shift would have definitely had Quinn's back.
Hell yeah.
So like
I remember getting so blasted at Western one time when you guys were staying at the room together. I don't know what came over me, but for some reason I just acted like a zombie for like half an hour to 45 minutes and just try to like eat Ryan. Like,
what?
Yeah, Yeah, I was high as fuck, and I was pretty scared because you just turned the fucking lights off and just stood there and like the silhouette of the door, like a fucking zombie. And you started making little noises. I'm like, bro, quit fucking around. You're just like, start like slowly walking towards me and shit. I was like, dude, I'm gonna hit you.
That shit's hella funny. Yeah, that sounds like a Quinn thing. Kevin, do you have a story? Like, do you remember when you met Ryan?
It was sometime in middle school. Me and Ryan met in middle school, and like it's so funny because our relationship, like we were so tight in school. We were like best friends, but we never hung out outside of school.
I know.
I think until Western, actually.
I think it was until then. Yeah, it was really strange.
I think like we were just homies, and they were like, "Hey, bro, you're going to Western? Yeah. You want a room together? Fuck yeah!" And then like we were just we were just super cool after that. But like we would clown in middle school and high school together so hard, but we were kind of in like different cliques. So like we just never actually chilled outside of school. But yeah, I don't even remember the first time we met. I mean, it was sometime in school, some class, probably fucking around.
I want to say it was like, definitely sixth grade, but I want to say probably when we were like in choir, and you would like always pull the guitar out, and some chicks would come over, like you'd be playing the guitar. I was like, hey, I like guitar, I like chicks. This dude knows what's up. I'm gonna go sit by him. Oh shit, you skateboard, bro? Can we just become best friends? Yup.
Pull your dick out. Pull my dick out.
And this all happened in choir. No.
All in choir. You guys sung that. You guys actually sung that exchange.
Yeah.
Pull your cock out.
A little flat. Go a little higher. Go higher.
That's like a funny inquire. What an interesting place to meet somebody. Choir class.
It's crazy. Yeah, we all went to the same high school together, but we had different cliques, and then we all went to Western together, and then it's just like
we just meshed so well. Yeah. It was wild.
It just
like,
happened.
We were still cool with everybody else, but like we all just became like brothers. Like even
we became like we were like the trinity of our Western crew. Like there was like the Western crew, and then there was like the sub crew, which was us and Ross G included. But obviously Ross G is not here. So.
Man, the amount of things that I've heard of Ross G, man, I need to talk to that dude. Even if this podcast doesn't exist in like 4 years, I'm gonna like
more like 10.
Okay, 10 years. I'll be like 35. That's cool.
Let's get this man on the phone for a snippet.
I know, right? Dude, hey, let's put some money on his JPay. Get him on.
Yeah.
Yo, that would actually be really dope. That'd be a really dope, bit. Like a 1-2 minute like little bit.
Hell yeah.
Ross G on the block.
That'd be sick. That'd be super cool.
What a time, though. What a time.
I
look back on that time when the three of us were hanging out together, 2012. Fondly.
Man,
Fondly. Foggy, but fondly.
Yeah.
It was a blur, but it was a fun blur.
Isn't it crazy how it's almost been 10 years since 2012?
Wow.
That's crazy.
Right.
That's wild. Super
and then,
wild.
Man, we gotta do a reunion, like a physical reunion sometime soon.
I want to see you on shrooms, Quinn. We got a reunion. We got a reunion in shrooms, dude. We have to.
We should Airbnb at Lake Tahoe. The four of us. Marco is there to like. He's the overseer.
Oh man, that's a big
Marco's he's the steady hand.
The fact that you all trust me to be the overseer,
he's the Stephen Strange. He's the Doctor Strange of the Avengers.
And Lake Tahoe would be a blast of a trip.
That would be sick. Yeah.
You'd have to fly though, kid.
Wait, where's Tahoe at? What is that one?
It's right on the Nevada-California border.
Oh fuck.
I mean, honest to God, I'd be willing to drive to fly to you guys and then drive with y'all to there, and then y'all fly back. Oh wait, then a sec. What are you gonna do with the car?
That doesn't make sense. I think
there's a way where this all works.
Sounds complicated.
Workshopping.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
Figure it out for sure.
pretty good at it. Pretty. I'm pretty good at intros, but I'm not too good at outros. Is there anything left you guys want to say? How can people follow you? Is there anything you want to plug? Any lasting thoughts or memories you wanna fucking throw in the pot before we played it?
I just want to say, I fucking love you guys. That's
You guys too, man.
Love you too, Kev. Love you
For
too.
sure, always. I don't really care about people reaching me on social media platforms or anything like that. Just like us, man. Just love people. Spend time together.
Are you saying you don't want people to send you pictures of their penises?
No, I'll just text them for that. It's fine. I don't need it in the DMs.
I feel that.
All right. Well, then I guess I will surrender the captain's wheel back to Marco.
Big thanks to our guys, Kevin Pierce and Ryan Crossett, Officer Crossett himself, coming through to hang out with me and Quinn. No NFL games of the week for this week or weekly recs. It's getting a little bit down to the wire in terms of school semesters. Quinn and I have been a little busy this week, so I'm just going to close out this episode solo right quick and tell you to please follow the podcast on Instagram at The Closers Podcast, on Facebook at Closers Podcast, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are The Closers Podcast. Share these episodes with your favorite people so we can build a community of favorite people. Hope you enjoyed this really, really fun episode, hearing some stories from Quinn's past and some of his best friends, shooting the shit a little bit while I got a couple stories in there myself. It was really fun to record with those guys. Next week, not really sure what's going on, but follow the socials to stay tuned for that. I will be closing out your week as always on Friday. And for Quinn Kalani and the Closers Podcast, I'm Marco Alvarado. Hope you have a great rest of your week. Talk to you then.